We have a totally new show. Some things are brand new today, other things just debuted in the last 10 days or so because we basically just started our gardening season. So some of these things that Cottage Farms has had a couple of really popular shows already, and some of these things that have been on already are super limited. So this is one. This is called the Peachie Keen Hummingbird Mint Plant. Now, some mint you can eat. Some mint is fragrant. This certainly smells yummy.
I know, doesn't it smell amazing?
And some mint is more like a ground cover. This is something that's going to grow upward with these beautiful peach flowers along with those minty smelling leaves, and super attractive to your pollinators. So you're going to notice several things in this show. If you're putting together a pollinator or a butterfly garden and you want to encourage bumblebees, who are getting scarce, sadly, and butterflies to come to your garden, this is definitely one to add in, right?
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things that we call this hummingbird mint because it attracts hummbirds. A lot of our plants will attract pollinators, the butterflies that we so want in our garden. But it doesn't attract the friends we don't want.
Right.
Like the deer and the rabbits.
Because they don't like the mint smell.
The scented foliage, yeah. So that's a good trick. Anytime you have a scented foliage, the deer will stay away from that plant. The great thing about this though is the flowers also have a scent. They have a citrusy aroma, which is really fun. This is a hummingbird magnet though. So we talked about my two daughters. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Actually, she just turned 3. She's 3 now.
Happy birthday.
But we have 2 pollinator gardens at our house.
Okay.
I'm working on building another because there is nothing better than bringing them out in the garden and having them just look at the plants. Look at all of the little insects and the butterflies hopping from plant to plant.
I love that.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's so fun. And this is a unique one because it does have that taller, elongated flower. So it's going to have a different texture in your garden.
I love these. And these are perennials. So these will come back every year. They'll come back a little bit bigger every year. And you got a beautiful fragrance from both the leaves and the peach colored flowers. So you'll get 3 of them in this set. What do they look like when I get them?
So, and we can stick our nose in this already. It's such a great scent. So you do get 3 of these, and they are going to be one of those foliage plants that has a really dense amount of leaves at the bottom. And one of the things that I love about when you spot that, you know that means less weeding required from you because all of the foliage of your plant will shade the mulch or the ground underneath it. So it's low maintenance. This is also going to be maybe different than the other hummingbird mints that you see at your local garden center, one of the most stellar bloomers in your garden.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So not only is it going to be a great plant for the wildlife we want, not the wildlife we don't want, and it's going to give you that color because we do so much work to put a plant in. We don't want it to be eaten by deer, and we want to be able to enjoy it.
Okay, about 100 of these just flew out the door. So now we have only 550 left to go around. And I don't have an official flag on here that it's all we're getting for the season, but I will tell you, don't take your chances. If you are a gambler, go to Las Vegas. Do not gamble on the fact that we're going to have more of these plants later in the season.
Right, because we can't grow anymore.
Yeah, and you know, occasionally we can scrounge around and get a few extras, but we have a lot of things coming in. If you see something that you want now, early in the season, please reserve yours because chances are we won't get this one back. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the peach
tone.
And you know, the thing about, there's hardly any peach flowers. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
There's a couple of peach roses, there's a couple of other peach things, but most of it is pink or blue or yellow, and I love having that really pretty pop of peach.
Someone actually commented on my Facebook page, I love all the orange plants you're bringing us this year.
Yes.
Because I think it is an unusual color. Plus that two-tone is really special. If you know the plant hummingbird mint or agastache, it's typically a bluish hue. So that makes this plant really special and really unusual. It's going to be hard to find because we've picked this color because we know it's hard for you to get in your garden center, or it's just hard to find in general. So it's been really popular. I love it. It works great with pinks and yellows if you already have those in your garden, even blues. I mean, it would be a great, and I'll grab some coneflowers in a minute because I think the colors of those coneflowers plus the pollinator aspect, they are full sun. So one of the things, if you're considering where to put these, they get to be about 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. So you're thinking you've got 3 here, that will take up about 6 feet of space in your garden.
Excellent.
You don't have to put them in your border. If you have a pollinator garden, I think they make a great secondary spot.
Yeah, like the middle row.
The middle row, because we have
tall things behind them and short things in the front.
Because we have some bee balm coming up later in the show, and that's shorter. That only gets to be about, 8 to 12 inches. I'm going to grab some coneflowers.
And I think you could even grab those daisies.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to make Katie do all the work. Sorry, I can help.
No, I like it.
Oh, wow, look at these coneflowers with these. Wow.
So
these are gorgeous.
You've got now all the same. We've got coneflowers, the Tres
So
Amigos.
imagine your garden filled with these beautiful pollinator plants. You're going to attract birds, and especially those coneflowers. Birds love them, even in the fall. And then those are coming up. The daisies are a great pop of white, which everybody loves. And look at the peach now behind the bee balm. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have bees and butterflies galore.
Yes, and
I love it.
You know, not only is it fun to watch those, but you are providing something for the environment. You're giving back to Mother Nature when you're planting pollinator plants. That's why I love doing it so much. You're bringing them to your garden. A lot of people ask me, how do I get bees and butterflies to come to my yard? And I say, well, you send them an email.
Yeah, put a sign with an arrow,
Right.
Bees, come on in. No,
You
they
plant
need
for them.
They know
Yes.
what they're flying around, they know where the food is. So,
Particularly if you have a densely planted spot. So they look from, you know, the 30 mile view, 30 foot view in the sky. And if you have a very densely planted, colorful spot, that's what attracts them. So something like this pow of color, looks great to us, but also looks really attractive to them.
well, we have now only 400 left. Oh, okay, 250 of our quantity, our limited quantity has already been spoken for. These are going quickly, tick-tock on the clock. Let me just mention too, if you're somebody who's like, I don't like bees, I don't want to go out in the garden, I don't like things buzzing around. Listen, the bees that are after the pollen in your flowers have no interest in you whatsoever. You could walk right through, they'll just kind of bzz, move out of the way and bzz, move back in after you've walked past or planted something else. They don't bother you. These are not going to attract things like wasps.
Exactly, or
and
hornets
things
like
that
I just cut down from my, right,
Yes,
right.
yes. So this is, you want bees, bumblebees, honeybees. Those are a good thing in your garden,
They are.
along with those butterflies. Those are the insects we like, ladybugs. We like
Yes.
those friendly insects.
I'm so happy you said that because
Yes.
oftentimes people are afraid of, and I understand you have allergies, but bees are so important. I had a cup of coffee this morning and I thanked a bee because without bees,
yeah.
there's no coffee.
Bees are why we have food, pretty much. So.
But also you get butterflies and you get hummingbirds. And that is one of the most unusual things to have come to your garden. I know
Yeah.
you know, QVC with Roxanne De Palma has famous for all of the hummingbird
Her feeders are
that
so
she
popular,
sells.
right.
Because we love to watch those little hummingbirds with their wings buzzing at 100 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
And they'll be on each of these flowers drinking that sweet nectar. Because remember, the flowers here have a scent. The foliage has a scent. It's delicious to smell and it keeps the deer away.
I have to show you this again because look how dense, and this is ready to go. We don't do dinky at Cottage Farms. You're not going to get a scrawny little thing that's going to wilt as soon as you put it in the ground. Remember, with all of your new plants though, you need to water them in. So
Yes.
don't just plant them, water them, and forget it. When they're getting established, their roots need to reach down into the soil. They need to get established a little bit and start growing. And then a lot of our drought-tolerant plants, you won't have to worry about watering
That's
them
right.
all the time, but water them in. That's a key thing to successful gardening. And then make sure you plant them where Katie's recommending. You will get a growing guide with every one of our plants, so you'll know. I can't remember, did she say it goes in the sun or
Right,
partial
that's right.
sun, or where should it go? It'll tell you in the growing guide. We want to set you up for success, and you will have a successful butterfly garden with these. Now there's only 350 of these left to go around. If you're familiar, as Katie said, with Agastache, normally it's blue or bright pink. This is a peach one. That's a super rare color. So it's called Peachie Keen, limited quantity sign going up here. 5 payments of $477 for a 3-piece set. Now, still to come, these beautiful cone flowers in the show. These are called the